Back to another episode of The Next Comment. I am your host, daughter Latoya Whitaker, and I'm with Police Court number 90, Oasis of Greensboro in the desert of North Carolina. And today I have a very special guest with me, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
I am Honorary Past Imperial Commandress Alannda F. Broom from Zaffa Court 41, the Oasis of Durham, the desert of North Carolina. I am your 2025 candidate for Imperial Court outside spot.
How's the campaign going?
It's going. It's very busy. It's good to be home for a couple of weekends. I was here for our Gala Day in North Carolina, but again, it's been going very well.
You brought up Gala Day. How did you enjoy Gala Day? North Carolina enjoyed Gala Day.
I had a good time. It was very busy, but it was good to be home. But again, seeing old faces and some new faces. But after being on the road for so many months, it's good to be home. It was good to be home. I had a good time.
Okay. Well, what motivated you to run for the position of Imperial outside spot?
Well, I feel it's my dedication and my commitment to the organization. And again, I have the willingness to put the betterment of the organization before self. And that's why I want to be a voice for all daughters. And again, improving our relations with Imperial Court Diamond and the membership.
Okay. Well, what difference can you make as an elected officer?
I feel that my experience in corporate America, analytical, critical thinking, strategic planning, professionalism, and leadership is going to be assets to the Imperial Court that help continue to grow the organization.
What are your top 3 priorities if elected?
Top 3, wow. 1, communication. We got to continue to build that with the daughters in education and training and mentoring. I truly believe that mentoring our seasoned daughters with our new daughters, pairing them, again, it just continual education. It preserves our legacy. And again, it just grows the organization.
Okay. Now, what makes you the best candidate for the job?
My outside experience or my experience in corporate America, I think it's just a different aspect or a different viewpoint. And I think what I offer to the daughters, again, is something that another Imperial Court could use.
If elected, will you continue to abide in accordance with the bylaws and the Constitution of the Imperial Court of Daughters?
Yes.
Good answer. Good answer. We see you traveling and supporting the different courts and temples throughout. And there's what I call your slogan, your thing, and we hear a lot about Act for Broom. Do you mind elaborating on what is Act for Broom? Do you hear about it? What is it?
Yes, well, Act 4 is accountability, consistency, and transparency. And 4 is for me. When you are in an organization or in your work life, you have to have accountability. Okay? You have the guidelines and rules, you need to follow them. Consistency, what's good on Monday needs to be continuing what's good on Friday. Full transparency, the members will feel confident in their leaders in the leadership of the financial.
What do you think is the biggest challenge facing our domain today?
Communication between the Imperial Council, Imperial Court, nobles and dwarfs.
If your temple or court would like to be a guest on The Next Comment to share all the great things that your court or temple is doing, such as any community service events or outreach programs, along with your charity balls and galas, we want to help you get the word out. Please contact us at ncdesertpodcast@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Who are your role models and why? Okay, well, this is gonna get me in trouble, but it's always the same. It's my parents, and my mom and my dad. They were the biggest influence on me. First of all, giving me a belief in God, raising me that way, and they're both members. Like I said, born and raised in Fayetteville. Just by the way, shout out.
Oh, she gonna get Fayetteville.
Yes,
shout out.
yeah, Fayetteville,
Okay.
Fayetteville, North Carolina. Both my parents are Kinder. Dad's Kinder Temple, Mom's Kinder Court.
Okay.
So again, being a part of the organization, seeing what it's about, and again, I probably went to more Imperial sessions as a kid than anybody else because again, it was back being family then, and we traveled together and took care of each other. But again, my parents always will be my biggest role models.
Okay, so you grew up in this.
Yes, very much so, since day one. Didn't have a
Okay.
choice, but like I said, was born and raised into it. And later on, when I became an adult and came back around and got some more funds, I came back. I came back to it and joined up with softball court in Durham.
Think back to the time when you were created, whether it was day or night. What advice would you give your younger self on that day and night, knowing what you know now? Being with the experiences that you have had, traveling throughout the domain for so many years. What advice would you give your younger self, knowing what you know now?
Staying true to yourself. The obligation and oath you took that night, you still hold to it. And if you hold to that oath and obligation, you'll be okay.
Do you have any other thoughts or insights that you would like to share with us?
Yes, I would. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my court, Zaffa Court 41, for all their support, and of course my desert, the desert of North Carolina. To the nobles and daughters that I've met this past few months traveling around, thank you for your kindness and generosity and accepting my vision. Again, I've met so many wonderful people, and I'm appreciative. We have a couple months left. I look forward to seeing you all in August in New Orleans.
Okay, well, you heard it here. Thank you for joining the next comment. See you later.